All right, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem Kakadash Double understood of the apostles and other bishops and GMS, including those that came before them and tell us the truth. Shalom, the salutations of all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and sincerity, the hopeful life, tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua, back with the world. A quick scripture, and we're going to go live to off-grid desert farming. We're going to let him bring us up to what's going on as we speak. So this is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be in trouble for all these things are going to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, so this word rumors can be threats of wars. We got rumors, we got threats, we have news. Okay? News and reports. So let's watch. Breaking news, right? Breaking reports. Ukraine's long-awaited counterattack begins, pushes Russian forces back. Is that what's going on right now? This is live.
The U.S. military is running low on some types of ammunition after the White House approved and delivered billions of dollars in lethal aid for Ukraine since February. Several military officials told the Wall Street Journal on the condition of anonymous. In addition to thousands of guns, drones, missiles, artillery platforms, and rocket launchers, Washington has the 6,150 millimeter howitzer round. The stocks of the latter munitions are running uncomfortably low, an unnamed Pentagon official told the Journal. It is not at the level that we would like to go in combat, the official added, though noted that since the U.S. is not currently directly involved in any major conflict, the 150 millimeter rounds have not yet reached critical levels. The drawdown on supplies has prompted the Army to carry out ammunition industrial base deep dive in which it will determine how to maintain its own supplies while keeping up the current pace of aid to Ukrainian forces. The United States has devoted nearly $14 billion in direct weaponry supplies to Kiev this year alone. The military has also called on lawmakers to authorize $500 million in upgrades for Army ammunition plants, though the Wall Street Journal reports shortages are not due to lack of funding, as U.S. President Joe Biden's latest budget request of $773 billion is likely to cover replenishment costs. According to the industry official reached by the Journal, it can take suppliers from the time orders are placed, while more sophisticated weapons such as missiles are likely to take much longer. While the Army and other branches continue to fulfill existing contracts with ammunition producers, they have not signed deals to account for the growing scarcity. Since Washington has intensified its arms delivery to Kiev in February, some suppliers say the Pentagon is simply not communicating the needs of the military, which has created delays and left contractors unable to prepare for more production. So, folks, this is what is happening, and if you guys don't believe me, here is the article right here. U.S. artillery stockpiles uncomfortably low after Ukraine. This is the Wall Street Journal. You can click on this link right here, and it'll bring you the Wall Street Journal information. So what is happening, folks? The United States military, Joe Biden, our Pentagon, Lloyd Austin, they're sending our ammunition, our rifles, our mortar shells to Ukraine, and that supply is not being replenished.
Small arms.
What if we do have to go fight Russia in Europe? What if we have to fight China in the South Pacific, in Japan, in Taiwan, in all of those areas? Where are we going to get the ammunition? Where are we going to get the missiles and the mortar shells? Because according to the Wall Street Journal report, it takes up to 18 months. That's over a year, folks. That's a year and a half for them to even start producing the depleted ammunition.
So what does that imply? It implies that we're going to use bigger weapons, right? We still got nukes.
I guess we'll have to buy some missiles from Russia and China. Adrian made a good point. We'll have to see if Russia and China can sell them some of our missiles to use against them. So we have the Lend-Lease Act. President Joe Biden authorized the Lend-Lease Act about 3 or 4 months ago, which is a World War II act that was approved during World War II to open up our military stockpiles to send to Europe to fight Hitler. We're doing the same thing to Ukraine. There's no paperwork involved. They just start sending out. They open up our warehouses and send tons and tons of ammunition and weapons to Ukraine without replenishing that supply. Folks, we are being disarmed on purpose. I believe. You don't have to agree with me. I believe that our military is being disarmed right now. Because according to this information, there's no way for them to restock everything that we have sent to Ukraine. We have sent over 2,000 Javelin missiles, over 1,000 Stinger missiles, millions of rounds of ammunition. We're sending our latest equipment, and it's not being replenished. Folks, we're fixing to go to war with China. I believe that China is about to try to take Taiwan in the coming month. It has been reported that this wintertime is when China will make their move to attack Taiwan. Where are we going to get the forces? Where are we going to get the ammunition and the mortar shells for our howitzers and our HIMARS if we're sending all that ammunition to Ukraine? We're setting ourselves up for being defeated. And I do believe this is all planned so that the Chinese can march right into our country, take us over with hardly a fight. I'm giving you the facts. I'm going to list every article, every video in the description box. You go back and fact check my information. So let's go on to another article. We got a lot of information to cover this morning.
See where it goes.
So this is breaking news coming in from yesterday. That for the first time, let me get this article on the screen. For the first time since World War II, the United Kingdom is moving their Air Force to private landing strips, folks. England, the United Kingdom, whatever you call it, Britain, is starting to move their fighter jets out of military bases in England to private airports because they are getting ready for a Russian attack on their soil. Let me give you this information now. Let me get this on the screen. We have many, many sources of this information coming in. And I hope you can see this on your screen. This has been reported probably by other YouTube channels because we did not do an update yesterday. British war order. Dispersion of fighter jets to civilian airports to avoid a Russian first strike. This is the first time this has happened since 1939, folks. 1939. The United Kingdom, Britain, is getting ready to go to war with Russia. Great.
Awesome. So, with that, that's all we need. This is good enough. It's a good enough little update. So, what do we see on the way out here? We see. Let's go back to Joel. Joel. Bear with me. There it is. Joel 3. 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Gather yourselves together round about to the cause of the mighty ones to come down to the Lord. All right? Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So the Most High he's conducting an ambush on all the armies of the world. Okay? And I will gather the armies of the world into an ambush in the Valley of the Yahushua part, which is in the Middle East. So that's what we're watching go down right now, whether you understand that or not. So that's it for today's update. As you can see, this thing is growing, right, in intensity. So we hope that the elector edified you, brother and two sisters. With that, we're going to say until tomorrow. Shalom.